Good afternoon and welcome to Leighton's Loft. What's going on, Jeff and Donald, Dom, Sal, Danny? Thanks for joining us today. I looked, of course, at the calendar and I noticed in approximately 4 days or so, the Jets are going to be visiting the New England Patriots.
That's right. Coming to town.
I've never been to, do they call it Gillette Stadium still?
Yes.
Yeah, so I've never been to Gillette. I got to imagine that when I go, it's going to hopefully be for a high-stakes affair between the Jets and the Patriots. I remember years ago.
That's all right. They have wheelchair access, so it'll work out.
Yeah. I appreciate I got a laugh out of you. It wasn't even necessarily meant to be a joke, but of course it is a joke when we're talking about the Jets.
Well, Patriots too. It's going to be a while before there are any high-stakes games between these two teams.
Yep. Hold on for 1 second. I'm sorry. I was waiting for someone to come in at 4 today, and call me now. Hold on 1 second.
All right, hi everybody. If you want your comments to show up here on the Leighton's Loft show, you have to watch it on the Leighton's Loft Facebook page or the Just Collect Facebook page. You can still watch it on YouTube and Vintage Breaks Facebook page and YouTube. I just can't see your comments, so I can't post them. Like Dom here saying hi. Hi, Dom. How are you? And Brandon.
What's up, Brandon? So yesterday we were talking on trading card therapy. It was the first time, Lou, that I revealed the Babe Ruth 1921 World Series ticket to the first ever New York Yankees World Series game. So I'm going to show it off now.
I watched Trading Card Therapy yesterday, and I watched it on Instagram Live, by the way. I came across it on Instagram Live and just watched it on that.
That's cool. So we ended up starting Instagram Live a few minutes late. Afternoon, Chris. But it's something that's fun that we might consider doing for Leighton's Loft as well.
We were going to do it a couple weeks ago, but you ended up doing it from the loft, so we kind of canned it. So
but I think we're going to try to start doing that, for the future as well on here, because you're really giving people who are on a different platform, a different medium, a chance to watch, and obviously, we don't know if, for example, they're going to go to Apple, they're going to go to Hey Chef, they're going to go to Spotify. So it's a nice way to access the content before it gets edited, and they clean up this. This ugly mug here before we drop it. What's up, James? So I'm going to show off. Then you already know, Lou. This is, to me, a fantastic piece of baseball history. One of only 6 known. And when you consider just the greats alone that have played for the New York Yankees, I can't believe that something like this is able to be in my hands. Because when you consider whether it be the likes of Derek Jeter, Donnie Baseball, or really anyone and everyone in between, plus management, like this should be at Yankee Stadium. This should be on display in their little, in their little nook of the museum I've seen there. So I wanted to take everyone through, of course, when I saw it, Lou, I knew I wanted to buy it in Robert Edwards auctions.
Yeah.
And then when I did the pop report, frankly, I thought there was no fucking way I would win it. Because when there's only 6 known, like I just know tickets are hot. So I placed my token initial bid. And, I just think it's one of those where, and believe me, Robert Edward Auctions runs an amazing auction. But when you run an auction, and this is kind of a tip to our community, Lou, when you're running an auction that has over 1,000 lots in it, something is bound to slip through the cracks. Because at the end of the day, we're all human. And so there's just only so much that our brains can consume and remember. And so I actually, I have a strategy. I don't know of a good one, but I'll share with you folks that when I bid in any auction, big or small, this is my strategy to start with. Because time for many of us is short. And we don't necessarily think that we're going to run out of time to bid in an auction. But inevitably for me, I never have as much time as I'd like. So Lou, when I first saw this, it was at a level where I just grabbed a bid. And for those of you who want to know what that means, I bid because, Lou, the way the rules of the auction run, you can't bid in the overtime period on the last day unless you have at least one bid on the item at hand.
All right. So no sniping. You just can't come in at the end and bang it.
No, you can't, especially if you don't have a bid before this overtime period begins.
Right.
So one of the tips that I'd like to share with everyone, whether it be it's a card, a ticket, or a piece of memorabilia, what happens is as the bidding progresses in an auction and it gets closer to the real value of the item, what happens is if you're going to be looking at that item along with 20 other items, Lou, it's no longer going to be easy for you to identify, can I bid on this item just so I can be in the overtime period? You'll actually have to start to do research. So in other words, instead of bidding on day one of the auction, if there's 30 days of the auction and you're going to try to go bid on day 29 for the first time, the problem is this ticket might have already been at thousands of dollars,
right.
Which means that before you bid at all, you have to go and do your research to figure out truly what it's worth, where you want to place that initial bid and where you want to end up at. And so because I look at most major auctions on the first day, Lou, and I get my bids in early, I don't necessarily have to sweat or worry that I need to determine the final value of an item, right. especially when it's not a card and the item value will fall likely between X and Y. When you're bidding in an auction and the value of said item that you're interested in is unknown, if it's unknown to you, it means it's unknown to many. So my personal strategy is to try to minimize the amount of bidding and activity on that item. Like basically you're trying to lay in the weeds, you're trying to lay in the grass,
right.
And kind of like, have your bid in, but yet it might only be 1,000 on the last day and could still go for several thousands of dollars. So my other tip when bidding in an auction, if you're not prepared to bid right away on the item, no problem, add it to your watch list. And the reason why I say this, once again, Lou, think about the sheer amount of items we're talking about. If I'm only talking about one auction that has over 1,000 items, well, how many items am I looking at in a month?
Right.
Thousands of items. So I recognize that when I'm going through a catalog, either virtually, meaning, online, or physically in person, that if something catches my eye, even if I'm not prepared to bid then, I add it to my watch list because I'm basically curating now 2 lists. My items that I'm interested in to bid, and I've already bid on them, thus my current bid list. Then when the actual watch list is curated, I can then look, I'm making this up, Lou. What if I've curated a list of 30 items on my watch list?
Right.
I then realized that in order for me to continue living the life that I like, which is being married and living with, our son Crosby,
right.
that I maybe can't win all 30 of those items. And so I curated down to, I'm making it up, 5 items or 6 items. But it's a lot easier to keep track of everything if you do this methodology as you go. Because if not, even if you actually just circle the items in the catalog, they're hundreds of pages long. It's not efficient for you to do that.
Right.
So getting back to center here and talking about this, Lou, you got to imagine when I saw this, I'm like, holy shit, this is going to go for thousands of dollars. Now, to be clear, I paid $4,080 for it.
Okay.
So I didn't steal it by any means. I didn't get it, quote unquote, cheap. However, I believe this is a 5-figure ticket.
Yeah.
It may not be a 5-figure ticket now. It may not ever be a 5-figure ticket. But I do know a little bit about, we'll quote Seinfeld, write-offs. And so what's a write-off?
There you go. Yeah.
I don't know, but you just write it off.
Yeah.
So all kidding aside, I think that if I went to the Yankees and I wrote them a letter and said, hey, I'm willing to loan this to you for your museum, or even give it to them, thus actually being a write-off, I believe it makes not only a heck of a story and a heck of a piece of history, but, of course, I'm not going to be doing that at the moment. I'm going to be hanging on to it, to see what happens, in terms of where the ticket market is headed. As we talked about on Leighton's Loft, fascinating, this ticket cost all of $3.30 in 1921 for the upper grandstand at the Polo Grounds. So for those of you that don't, maybe like the cost of today's tickets, back then was a little bit, more in line to what, we could view as a good deal.
You can't get a bottle of water for for that price nowadays.
I don't think you could get. I'm trying to think what you could get at Yankee Stadium for $3.30
now,
today.
You mentioned this on Card Therapy yesterday, and I'm curious about it because we don't talk about it a lot. You said that the ticket market is booming. So talk to me a little bit about that, because I love the ticket end of it, because you're holding that thing in your hand. Someone passed that at Yankee Stadium for that game at that time. It's a very direct connection to that history. And that's the appeal for me. I love tickets.
So kudos to Darren Ravel and what he has, seen in the ticket market over the last several years. Darren is really someone who's an avid collector of tickets, but was actually there way early before things started to appreciate. And so seeing is how the prices, for example, like on the shot that Jordan hit for North Carolina to win the title, you could have bought that ticket years ago for hundreds of dollars. Now the ticket's thousands of dollars. And so when I was talking with Darren Ravel, not about this particular ticket, but about tickets in general, and I saw the way the market was moving and how it didn't really take much of, meaning in terms of actual demand to affect the price, because in many cases, Lou, like this, there's only 6 in the pop report. Maybe there's a few more out there in scrapbooks and such, but I don't think there's hundreds of them by any means. There might not even be dozens of them. And so when people started to, invest in tickets similar to the way they were doing in cards, I've already been collecting Michael Jordan tickets for several years.
Really?
So, hey, what's up, kitty cat? What's your kitty's name? I want to say hi.
That's Astro.
Astro. Oh my goodness. I don't know if we can go with that. Astro.
Yeah, I didn't name him.
All right, fair enough.
He wants to know what's going on inside.
So seeing as how the market had appreciated Lou, and then I myself have been buying Jordan stuff, I could not believe the levels in which the Jordan tickets have been reaching, whether it be for NBA Finals or rookie year tickets and things of that nature. So when I tried to figure out what this ticket was actually worth, I really don't think it's worth anything less than $10,000 based on what I'm seeing in the current market for both tickets, memorabilia, and cards. And so obviously it may not be there yet, as I'm the person who won this for $4,080. However, I believe it's a really good long-term investment. And I'm also not just tied to it from the standpoint of, hey, this is what I paid and I'm going to resell it. I might do something with the Yankees with it. I think they'd be interested in showing it off.
Yeah.
So kind of like what I was alluding to yesterday for the love of collecting on the 10th episode of Trading Card Therapy, as soon as I bought this, even before I actually had it in hand, I knew I wanted to find something cool to go with it. And I thought, what would be better than finding an original photograph from the first game of the 1921 World Series? And so I was very, very lucky that there was on eBay a photograph from the first game. The Yankees beat the Giants in the first game of the World Series, October 5th, 1921. Frankie Fritsch, the Giants star third baseman, who's also a Hall of Famer, safely gets in a third and a triple in the 6th inning of the World Series game between the Yankees and the Giants at the Polo Grounds in New York on October 6th. It was Frisch's third hit of the day. He got 4 hits and 4 times. He hit 3 singles and a triple, which is pretty impressive. Hugh Jennings is shown at the extreme right, holding the runner at the bag. The Yankees won the game 3-0. And so at the time, of course, it was simply just the first World Series game for the New York Yankees. But now, if you look at approximately 100 years later, the fact that I can pair this with a piece of history and someone went through the turnstile that day is pretty amazing. So I plan to frame them together, Lou.
What a great display that's going to make. That is a beautiful piece. Is that a Type 1 photograph?
So I haven't had it, if you will, authenticated by anyone. From the looks of it and from the stamps, I believe it is. But it's not really why I bought it. I bought it because I thought it made a great companion piece, because you're no longer now just holding a piece of history.
Right.
You are looking at a piece of history.
Yep.
And you're looking at a piece of history that you could have entered with this ticket. And so seeing as how Crosby and I read that book by Dan Gutenberg about Babe Ruth, and we're now on the Honus Wagner book, and it's really fun. He learned about Roberto Clemente in school a little bit, which is really cute. And so, to me, it has even more meaning than that. I plan to bring it home and show it to Crosby and kind of see if it, means anything to him. But I wanted to show this off. I showed this off a few weeks ago on the Loft, Lou.
Yes. Yep.
This was the photo from around 1921, where, if you remember, I said, although I love it, it's not exactly the size that I envisioned when I purchased it. I thought it'd be bigger. However, when you think about the fact that this was from 1921, this photo itself, and that the Yankees made the World Series for the first time ever, and Babe Ruth's first time being in the World Series with the Yankees in 1921, I'm now thinking about bringing, and I didn't show this to you yesterday, Ken, I'm thinking about putting all of these photos together, these two, with the ticket in the middle.
I think it's a great idea. Now, will you break the seal on the grade here?
Oh, you mean the slab?
On either of them? Yeah, break the slab
to
mount them.
No, I'm gonna keep it in there, but I'm gonna hope that it turns out that I have a family member who's in the framing business.
Oh,
so
nice.
It's funny because he said, Leighton, usually people are not that excited to talk to me. His name is Jeff. Shout out to him. He had a heart attack earlier this year.
Oh, okay.
And he is the godfather of my sister, Raina Lynn. He used to live in Sayreville, New Jersey, which is kind of where we were for a little bit. And so when I was telling him about this, he was very, very excited to see these. And I said, if you don't mind, I'd kind of like to be there when you frame it. He said, why? Are you nervous? I said, well, I'm not really nervous you're going to take them, but yes, I am nervous that,
yeah,
I want you to understand you're holding pieces of history in your hand. He said, I've had it all. I said, I don't think you've had this one. There's only one of 6.
Yeah. Wow.
So
it's going to be an incredible
really well
piece.
Together, Lou.
Yeah, that's going to be something you're going to be proud of. It's a great piece. It would be great to be able to lend it to the Yankees for a while for display and add that history to it as well.
Yeah, no, I'm super pumped about it. So the last thing I wanted to show off here, and then Sam, if you don't mind hopping on, because my buddy Joe just showed up. So Lou, every Wednesday, I think we've mentioned that we're sending out a Just Collect curated weekly private sale email. Some of the cards you're going to see for sale in there are mine, meaning that I own them from Just Collect. Some of the cards are going to be from fellow Breakomaniacs from the community. Some of the cards are going to be from just friends of mine in the hobby, dealers, so on and so forth. We've sold several cards so far, and I thought it'd be kind of fun because I didn't send out the email blast yet. I wanted to reveal the 3 cards that are going to be for sale in today's e-blast.
You have them on hand?
I do, right here.
Oh, excellent.
So do I have the right camera up here, Lou?
Yep.
Great.
Yep.
So first up is one of the sharpest 1964 Topps Mickey Mantles in a 5 I've ever seen.
Oh, gorgeous.
Very sharp corners, a smidge off-centered. Frankly, have no effing idea why it's a 5. Hey, Daniel. And this card is available for $600 delivered. It is first come, first serve. So in other words, if we get 3 emails, we will go by the timestamp.
Right.
This is going to be one of the 3 cards that will be available in our curated fixed priced email today.
Nice. So that hasn't been released yet. This is a first look?
Exactly. So I wanted to have a first look today for Leighton's Loft.
So someone can jump right now for $600. What if they put it in a comment?
They would claim it.
Oh, excellent.
Yes.
See, there you go. There's a benefit for watching the Loft.
Oh, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
We're going to still send it out in the email because the email is being put together as we speak.
Right.
So this right here is approximately a 110-year-old piece of history featuring Cy Young from the T202 triple folder set, and it is $650 delivered.
Very nice. Good
and
piece.
The last item I wanted to show off. How cool is this? John Havlicek, rookie, Hall of Fame, autographed, and the autograph is graded PSA DNA 10.
Wow.
45 hunch delivered.
That's a quality autograph, too.
Oh, he had such a great autograph.
Ruben wants to know how he gets on your email list for these.
Drop me a line, Lou, Leighton, Leighton, at justcollect.com, and we will add you to the list.
Very nice. Love that Havlicek.
Oh, did I do something?
No, you're good.
All right, great. So I'm going to leave this stuff for Sam and or J5 to go over and chat about further. I have to chat with Joe for just a few minutes.
Yep.
He was supposed to be here at 4, and I think he took the long way, the scenic way, as my friends like to say.
It happens.
So thanks to all. Yeah, I'm just busting chops. Luke is talking, right? So thanks for everyone who's tuned in. We're going to turn the show now over to. Is it Sam? Yeah, I talked to Sam already. Yeah, because I know J5's got some business to attend to. So Sam, if you want to talk about this stuff, great. Just please make sure that I still have 3 Babe Ruth related items here when I come back, because I was really looking forward to showing them to my family when I go home. And Sam's going to talk about our big Squid Games bonus right now that we're running for a big $5,000 hit random spot. A bunch
Squid Games bonus. Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So I'm going to turn it over to Sam, affectionately known as S10. We'll see you guys a little bit.
Yeah, Jeff, we have a big game tonight at Fenway, Red Sox and Astros. Should have been 3-1. should have been. Red Sox had all kinds of opportunity. Didn't get those key hits here last night. So we got a 2-2 and a whole new series here.
What's going
on,
guys?
Sam, how you doing? What's going on?
Good. How you doing, Lou?
Are you breaking after us today?
Oh yeah, always.
All right.
So
tell me about the Squid Game promotion.
Yeah. So we're still waiting on our event page, but essentially, Lou, we all enjoyed Squid Games in the office here. So
I'm on episode 3. So
except for J5. Literally everyone else in the office has already finished it.
I have not seen any of it yet.
Okay. Well, I highly recommend it, Lou.
Excellent.
Give
me the basics of it, though.
So they kidnap, not kidnap. They give 600 people an opportunity to win a life-changing amount of money. And let's just say the games are life or death.
Oh, I see.
All of these people that they targeted with the invitation are like in very big amounts of debt, like huge.
Yeah. So they're kind of desperate to get in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, sure, you can, value your life over the money, but like, what kind of life are you going to live without it?
Yep.
Yeah. So, lots of drama. You get attached to the characters very easily.
Yeah.
It's great. I think the first 2 episodes really capture everybody.
Excellent. How many episodes in the first season? Do you know offhand?
I think it was 9.
9, not bad.
Might have been 10. But yeah, not bad at all. I like it when the episodes are like 45 minutes to an hour, but there's only 9 episodes.
Yeah.
I think it's a good formula.
Yep. So how are we tying this into Vintage Breaks, and how are we doing the promotion?
We have our $5,000 hit random currently on the site. We're down to the last 2 spots, Lou, because we took 1 spot down for this promotion. So on November 12th at 10 p.m., no matter what, we are breaking that set. We are breaking that hit random. So someone is going to hit some of those 5-figure items in that hit random.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's really exciting. The way we're doing it is we're giving away 3 spots a day. There's going to be total 78 names on this list. Whoever lands on top on November 12th is going to get the last entry into the hit random.
Oh, sounds like fun.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So
yeah.
78 players, just like the show. It's going to be a blast.
Ted, are you buying the card? Because again, those cards that Leighton showed, they're available for sale here before the newsletter goes out. All you got to do is the agreed price, which I forget what the agreed price was on that one. So if you're serious and you want to take the card, just let us know through the chat, and it's yours.
Yep.
Oh, Ted wants it, so put it aside.
All right, I will. If John comes back in, I'll let him know.
All right, excellent. Congratulations, Ted. That's great.
Yeah, Ted, that's a really good pickup. John, there is a Cy Young in the cards that Leighton just showed off. Yeah. Chef said he'll take it. Yeah, just put his name on it.
All right, so Chef, email Leighton. I'll put up the email address here.
Just put Chef's.
Yeah, drop a note to him while you're watching here, and it's yours. Congratulations. It's a great pickup.
Yep. So we're tying it into our after party event, Lou. We usually run an after party following a big event. So we're tying these promotions together. So the 3 ways you can win one of these 78 spots is either through a 250 bonus that we run every day. So from 10 a.m. to midnight, every 250 purchase is captured on this list. At midnight, we randomize it. And then whoever lands on top, we add them to the Squid Games bonus. And we take another spot down out of those 78. The other way, we do a social media challenge every day, Lou. So our social media team posts a challenge. Mm-hmm. And then, they select a winner. Whoever wins is entered onto that list, taking down another one of those 78 spots.
Nice.
And then the final way, because we're only giving away 3 spots a day, is a mystery. We usually announce it while we're live on YouTube sometimes. it is another social media challenge. Like the very first day on Monday, the mystery challenge was you had to send us a picture of you, your pet, and a card.
Oh,
and then,
nice.
And then yesterday it was a $50 bonus for the last 30 minutes of our show. So really, it could be anything. Only 3 spots a day. One way you can buy in, one way you can win on social media. The third way is a mystery.
All right. And what are the 2 or 3 top prizes in the break?
So aside from the first place prize, which is the last spot in the break, second place is a $500 break credit.
Ooh.
And third place is let me check real quick. Let's see here. Third place is a 2020 Prism Joe Burrow rookie card PSA 10.
Very nice.
Yep. So some awesome prizes there. We're really excited to get everything out on social media. We're having our social media team develop the the event page and everything. Yep. So that should be going out shortly. So until then, the Break of Maniacs really have like first crack at entries onto this list before we start really pushing it on social media.
All right. Anything else we need to know for promotions coming up?
I don't think so. That's our big promo. We do have $100 level for the after party. Let's see here. The $100 level for the after party, every $100 the Berkamaniacs spend between Monday and November 12th, they get an entry. First place is a 71 tops near complete set. So if you've ever wanted to collect 71 tops, we've got most of it ready to go for the first place winner. Second place is a $250 break credit. And third place is a 2018 Bowman Baseball Blasters. So they get a shot at an Ohtani rookie in there.
All right, everybody who's out there watching it in Squid Games, give me a rating from 1 to 10 on it if you're watching it. I want to know because I'm in search of a series. I'm in this little hole before Yellowstone starts to come back here, so I need something to watch. So
it's very good.
Everyone's saying, "Hi, what have you got in the break coming up?"
Breaks. We've got 2020 Immaculate, so we have a shot at Dominguez, Bobby Witt Jr., some other great players in that class. We've got a ton of vintage packs, a lot of modern boxes. 9, but give it time. All right, so Dom gave it a 9.
Yeah, he said give it time. You said you liked the first couple episodes.
Yeah, the second episode out of all of them is the slowest, but after that it just goes.
That's all right. You need a little setup time, right?
Exactly. Episode 2, though it was the slowest, it was definitely needed because then you get attached to the characters,
right?
Like you find out why they're in debt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So backstories on a lot of the characters. Yeah. So do you like all the characters? Are you empathetic to all the characters, or some of them are bad, some of them are good?
I was empathetic to most of them. There's a few twists and turns, so like any good story, you know.
And do they have to compete with each other? Is it a survival type of thing?
So yes, for the first few games, they don't have to compete directly against each other. They just have to complete the game. But as the games progress, they do have to start competing against each other. Yeah,
so they start to build up a relationship and then find out they have to compete against each other.
Exactly. It's a good formula.
Episodes of The Price are Right, is it?
Jeff's phone.
Pretty consistent.
Very cool.
Anything big on breaks coming up after the show here?
Probably the 2021 Immaculate baseball box break. That'll be a lot of fun. At 8 p.m. we have a 1958 football set break. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Excellent. And what's the schedule? What's your schedule for the rest of the week?
Let's see. Tomorrow I've got some stuff to do, so I won't be I won't be at Vintage Breaks tomorrow. And then Friday we're gonna be rocking from 4 to 9 o'clock.
Excellent.
Yeah, we're gonna have a fun week at Vintage Breaks.
I keep trying to weasel in here. I want to do a little breaking in here. So.
Oh, that'd be fun, Lou.
I don't know if anyone's interested in me doing some breaks, but we've talked about it for a long time, and we haven't been able to finish the conversation. But you guys are booked up a lot. You're doing you breaking a lot of the time. It's hard to find a good window in there.
I know. Trust me. Yep, I know.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Bowman? How you doing, buddy? Mike Rosado said it's worth watching. Sean Dooley says, nice 71 set. Yes, sir. Yep. We got a ton of great prizes, as you guys know. I would appreciate the Jimmy Brown in the 58 set break. Well, Sean Dooley, you're gonna have to, tune in at 8. You're gonna find out, brother.
We'll get into the break, right? Or is it sold out?
It's already sold out.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
It went quickly. It went real quickly.
We'd all like the Jim Brown, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tom O'Connor says, we need Lou on the breaking table. Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun.
You guys would like that? I know we've teased it and we've talked about it for a long time. I'm interested if anyone would be interested in having me doing some breaking, because kind of get interested. Now that I've got the setup here at home for doing this show, I get the setup for breaking, so we're ready to go.
Oh, very nice. Yeah. Yeah, we could always use another breaker. We don't have enough.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, most of the time it's me and Gilmore. So.
Yeah. And you guys are doing tons of time, right? You'd like a little bit of a break.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't mind.
All right, cool. What would I need to know about breaking? What's the key to being a good breaker?
Oh, man. Well, for me, I focus on the entertainment value because I know I'm not knowledgeable. It's just not one of my strengths. So I just try to make everything fun and entertaining. You could just look up, aside from looking up like the top hits in the break, I think, just being entertaining. Yep. I think it's pretty simple.
Yeah. Just have some fun at the long period. So you just want to be casual and have some fun with people, right?
Exactly.
I'm just sitting here working at home now, and I'm guessing the cat is about to knock over my light here. So, so that could be an issue.
Yeah. Sometimes I think Mark's going to knock over my light. He keeps tripping into it.
Do you have all the breaks that you're going to be doing on the show, or is that something when you get started, you know what it is, or going in?
Yeah. So typically we're not backed up like we are after an event. So right now I've got about 30 to 40 breaks like prepared next to me, ready to go. But on a normal night, we don't usually have a lot of things sold out. We usually run a closeout promo and just try to close stuff out while we're live.
Jose Altuve just let off the game and went to the wall, but it was a fly out deep to left field.
Oh,
yeah. Who do you root for, Sam? You're a New Jersey boy, I would imagine, right?
Yeah. For baseball, my family are Mets fans. I'm interested in Dominguez. I'd like to see Dominguez come up. I've got a few cards invested in him.
Yeah.
So. I've got high hopes for Dominguez.
Well, soak up the Bobby Witt cards.
Yeah.
Start nose away. That kid's a player. He's going to be a good one.
Yeah, we've had him on Vintage Breaks. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, you had him on the show?
Yeah, we've had him on the show. He, opened some packs, signed some baseballs, hung out with Leighton.
I didn't know about this. I had to go look that show up.
Yeah. It should be under the celebrity and athletes playlist.
I had no idea. I'm going to have to go watch. How was he?
He was awesome. He was so cool. Yeah, I was a little starstruck. Usually, most of the players we get on here are like before my time. Yep. But I was a little starstruck when we had Bobby Witt on. But that's why I didn't talk to him. Leighton talked to him.
So you have Dominguez. You're stirring up Dominguez cards. Who else? And what other sports?
So for basketball, my collection mostly consists of Luka's. And Giannis's. I got a ton of Giannis's.
But that's a little bit different deal because you can't do prospects in the NBA really because they're NBA players by the time you get the cards.
Right.
Right. But with baseball, you have that minor league component where you can get some of these players and get the minor league. I don't know if the minor league cards raise their value as much as say the rookie card of that player.
Right. So Topps produces, their prospect cards in their Bowman product specifically. And they're called, I wish I had one of them on me. They're called First Bowmans. Yep. Those are like their true rookie cards. They have real good value. They're First Bowmans. But like this year's 2021. So they do have Dominguez in there, but it's just like, a prospect card. So it's not worth as much as the first Bowman.
Yeah, he's a beast too. He's an absolute beast.
Yeah.
Got a chance to be a good one. He's kind of raw, but he's got a chance to be a good one.
Yeah, he's real young. So they got plenty of time to refine him and get him ready.
Yeah. So even though your family's Mets fans, you got this Yankee Yankee love going on here.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, and how's the Pokemon? We've started getting into Pokemon a little bit, and I asked Leighton when he started talking about it 2 or 3 weeks ago. I asked Leighton for a little bit of a primer, and he kind of put it off because he wanted to get up to speed himself. So why don't you give me the primer on the Pokemon cards and where, if people wanted to start, like for example, guys who are into investing, for example, not necessarily into the Pokemon because there's that element here in the hobby. What's your advice? How do you get them up to speed?
Yeah. So I mean, it's everyone knows you got to do your due diligence and your research. First editions of like the base set, the jungle and the fossil are always gonna be highly desirable.
Mm-hmm.
And unlike sports, if the athlete gets injured, their cards go down because they can't play.
Yeah.
These are just characters. Their cards don't go down. They don't necessarily go up all the time, but they're pretty steady. So
what was the first year of issue?
1999. It's first edition base set.
And are there issues of particular Pokemon characters? Do they get repeated every set, or is there one character in one set and that's all there is of that particular character?
Right. So there's like over like 900 characters. But the original like 150 are like highly desirable. So whenever they get reprinted, they're usually bought up quickly. But they're always lesser than the originals.
Reprinted? Are they reprinted in the original issue? Or are they reprinted in the current issue? Do the styles change from year to year?
Yeah. So sometimes they reprint them in the original style.
Mm-hmm.
But you can, the coding on the bottom tells you that it's a reprint. Actually, they're not treated as reprints. They're just treated as like different copies, essentially.
Yeah.
And so sometimes they have different styles. The more modern cards are more for playing, so they're more appealing to people who play the game. But there are like some choice pieces that are collectible.
So all of the playing cards are playing cards. They're part of the game, I take it.
Yep. Even you can even play with the original cards.
So do people who play, is there a lot of crossover between people who collect them and people who play?
I'm not too sure. I'm not very in depth in the Pokemon community, but I imagine, collectors differ from the players because the players are going to want to not slab their cards. They're going to want to play with
That's
them.
what I was wondering, if the cards got slabbed and whether they were playing games out there with slab cards.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Jeff says you're more knowledgeable than you think about this stuff, and I'm guessing you've been breaking a long time, been in the Vintage Breaks community for a long time. You absorb some stuff, right?
Yeah. I've been I think I've been with VB for 3.5 years now. And yeah, I think you're right, Jeff. I'm probably more knowledgeable than I give myself credit for, but that's just because there's so much to learn. So I don't want to stop learning, so I just tell myself I don't know anything.
How do the Pokemon cards come? Do they come in? Do you buy packs and get them, or how do you acquire them?
Yep. So you can either buy single packs, or you can buy, a whole box.
Yep.
And then rip them open, just like sports cards.
Have you guys done a Pokemon break yet?
Yeah, we've done a few.
Wow.
We've had a base series pack break. We've had a base fossil pack break. We've had we have the original Topps Pokemon actually available for purchase on the website. And we have the Series 2 version of that as well. We had some modern Pokemon breaks on the site following the Philly show.
Yep.
But we completely sold out of them. So we don't have any more at the moment.
And Donald has a great question. How are you doing with pronunciation of these cards? Is there a place to look this up where you can figure out what the pronunciation of the card is supposed to be?
No, I just go with my gut, and I'll tell you what I tell everyone in the office. As long as you sound confident, it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong.
That's right.
Just sound confident.
I used to do PA for the Lowell Spinners games up here for a while. And my strategy used to be to box the pronunciation of the name. Like the guy would come up 3 times and I'd pronounce it 3 different ways. And I figure I got to hit it once right.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
It was just too big a walk to go down and ask how the player pronounced his name.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
So Sam is a Jersey boy. Billy Hansen says, "Go Mets." Jeff, I appreciate the compliment. Thank you so much. I kind of do it for a living, so I've gotten kind of used to interviewing a little bit.
Yeah. Yep.
So it must be fun when your break time comes up and you see a Pokemon set on there.
Yeah. I always have a good time because it's like, I feel very knowledgeable enough about the Pokemon we're breaking, but not knowledgeable enough to like go in depth about the community.
Yeah, it's an area of comfort, and it's like with my breaking, what I would have to get strong on is values of the cards, and of course, you find out which are the key cards in the set. Of course, the most valuable cards in the set are the most sought after cards in the set, and know what you're looking for and what the big prizes would be. But obviously, if we're doing baseball, I know the players. Basketball, I wouldn't know so much, so that would be tough. Football, and of course, I'm old, so I can go back a long ways, and I'm familiar with a lot of these players.
Yeah. I'd say like as long as you can identify the hits, you can break because you just have to be able to holder the cards properly and take care of them.
Yeah, and then of course we'd do soccer, and I'd be totally lost.
Oh, trust me, I am too. I just know I know a few names, and that's about it.
Donald, I'm doing the show from home for the first time, and we're going to be doing the show I'll be doing the show from my studio here, and we'll evolve the look as we go on. We'll get a backgrounds up. I'll get a green screen up and get some of the backgrounds up for you as we get going. But it's our first go, and I wanted to keep it simple, make sure everything worked.
Nothing wrong with simple.
Get it done. That's all. Yep. Any show? What is the show schedule? What's going on? Is there any shows coming up for you guys, or are we out of season?
Our last show is in December. There is a December Philly show that we're going to go to. We love the Philly show. We love going to Valley Forge. It's just a great weekend. We work hard during the day, then we go to the casino and we play hard.
And what's your casino game?
My game of choice is craps. That's because I'm a D&D nerd, so I just love dice.
Oh, so you like dice? You're drawn to the dice. There you go.
Last time we went, I got my butt kicked, but the time before that I did pretty well. So
all right. And what's your strategy? How do you go work it?
So you have to identify your hot shooter. So someone who's rolling the dice and not hitting 7, basically.
Some good looking girl. Yeah, that's the hot shooter, right?
Most of the time it's usually a dude in a coat, but I'm okay with that. Then you just start betting on your numbers. I usually wait. If they hit the number, you get paid essentially. So I usually let them pay me one time. I essentially get a refund, or I paid for the money on the table already.
Yeah. And
then if they hit it again, you have the option to double down, which basically means you'll get paid more next time, but you leave the money on the table. Right. So after I pay myself back, I double down. So I play safe.
So you try to get yourself into the house money a little bit and play with that. Exactly.
Yeah. I like to get into the house money as early as possible. I don't like to just throw all my money on a number and, whatever happens. I don't like to be reckless.
Well, the big skill in gambling is money management. Almost across the board on any type of gambling, you got to be able to manage your money.
Yep. How about you, Lou? What's your game of choice?
When I get into casino situations, I'm a sportsbook guy, and I hate blackjack. I will not sit down and play blackjack. I like craps, but I'll play roulette.
Okay.
Because it feels like a casino experience to me. I can when I'm sitting in the casino and there's a roulette wheel, I like to go. Except we have a sportsbook up here in New Hampshire now, and they have this electronic roulette. Or it's not electronic. They have the roulette wheel there, but you sit at these stations instead of having a roulette table. And you have your own station, and there's a video screen. The person's right in front of you, but they got a camera going down on the roulette wheel, so you watch it that way. And that doesn't seem like the old James Bond casino type of atmosphere.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was telling John before the game, sports betting tonight. I'm running a Boston parlay tonight. I've got the Red Sox, Celtics, and Bruins tonight. And I would have gone Revs soccer too. It would have been my first soccer bet, but it didn't show up on the book I was working on at that time. So.
Okay.
I know nothing about soccer.
Okay. I am partaking in my first 2 football fantasy leagues this year.
Your first 2?
My first 2. I decided to do 2.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? What took so long?
Well, I don't follow. The only sport I follow, Lou, like watch every night, is basketball.
Oh, you're a hoops guy. Okay, excellent.
Yeah, I'm a hoops guy. Everything else is just kind of like second to me. And it's just because I really enjoy the fast pace of basketball. So for our fantasy league, one league I'm getting demolished in, right? I'm 0-5.
Oh, God.
My other league, though, I'm actually sharing a team with J5. We bought into the Vintage Breaks League.
Oh yeah.
And we're doing pretty good. We're like we're 4-2 right now, so we're on a bit of a win streak, 3 games in a row. So I'm much more excited about this league.
So how did you approach your draft? Did you go and do it yourself, or did you get some help or buy a guide, or how did you go about it?
So I looked up two guides, and I looked up top athletes to draft. I was in the middle for my one league, so I kind of got skunked. On picks, and then in this league we were at the end for the Vintage Breaks League, but we were doing snake. So on the coming back, we got first pick. So like we have some solid players on this team. I let John teach me the day-to-day of like who to watch, what to watch, like what adjustments we have to make. But I drafted some really good players. Dak has been an absolute monster for us.
God, they're terrific. That's a terrific football team, Cowboys.
Yeah. Cowboys have been very shocking this year. They've been really good. Who else? We have Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
Yep. So he's been doing some really good stuff for us.
Yeah, had one bunker in there a couple weeks ago, but he's been very good.
Yeah, he's been very consistent. This is probably going to be one of our tougher weeks. We have a few guys with buys.
Next year, remind me, and I will give you access to insiderfootball.com, the site I write for baseball and football. It's a basically fantasy advisory site.
Awesome.
I'll get you access. We have a draft advisory program. We have some software you can download if you want to go that intense. But you can just read some of the articles as well and go that way.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
With the draft. Yep.
Awesome. Thank you, Lou. Yeah.
Oh, no problem. I'm loving it. I love people getting into fantasy. Now, with hoops, it's funny because I play DFS a lot, and we talk about it a lot at Fantistics and Inside of Baseball and InsideOfFootball.com. My best game in DFS is basketball, and the reason it's basketball is because I know nothing about it. And so what happens is it becomes a very clinical exercise for me. I have no biases. I don't have any thoughts about players. I'm just looking at the numbers, and I'm just putting together teams, and it's very clinical. And my emotions, I don't get in my own way with my own emotions about it, or needing to be right, or needing to be an expert. I need to get that way on sports betting too now with the NBA. So you and I are going to have to talk a little bit. Because
yeah, absolutely.
Got to figure out how to run the NBA.
Yeah. That was my approach for drafting players for our football fantasy draft. I was just looking at who's the top guy available, how have they been performing, did they get injured recently, and I was like, all right, we'll take you. Like, I was trying to be as analytical as possible when I was picking the players.
Donald wants to know what you think about Ben Simmons.
Matt. So Donald asked, what do I think of Ben Simmons? Matt is our resident Sixers fan.
Yeah. You can just tell him that Simmons is being soft. And dumb. Like, it's not even an opinion. That's what everybody will tell you.
Matt is not happy with the way Simmons is acting.
Now, Simmons plays in Philly. If he played in Boston or he played in New York, he'd get the same answer. But there are places around the country where no one would go, he's soft. Oh, he's just troubled. He needs to straighten himself out. Nope. In Philly, Boston, New York, he's soft.
Yep. Yeah. I think Simmons I just think he's being unprofessional. And from strictly, an observer standpoint, I don't have any stake in Simmons, but I hate it when players do this. I do not like that Harden did this. That being said, Simmons isn't the same caliber of player that Harden is. So I don't think he will get away with this.
This being shooting himself out of town, basically.
Yeah, like refusing to play, not practicing, just kind of sitting there waiting to get traded.
Stephen Gilmore just did that with the Patriots and forced his way out of town. That's coming to the NFL more and more.
Yeah, and I just think it's unprofessional. I think if you have a problem, you speak to your talk to your team, your coach, and you let them know you're not happy. But I think you ride out your contract like a professional. And I mean, some of our players are just babies, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and the problem is that these super teams start to get put together, and it happened. Tom going to Tampa and then bringing Rob, and then AB came back and things like that. This is coming to the NFL. It's been a big problem in the NBA for a while, where it's like men's league softball. Just all the good players start to get together and just dominate.
Yeah, it's definitely a problem. I'm not sure how the leagues would address it. I think it's like a difficult issue to discuss. Can J5 send me a picture of this IO?
Yep.
I have it in my chef. I can hold it up for you. Let me see.
You can take a snapshot and send it to him too. I'm sure he'd like to see
I can have someone email you a picture. John's actually he stepped out. He'll be out the rest of the day.
Yep.
But I can have someone send you this image, chef.
All right, Sam, thanks for sitting in. You got to be getting ready to break. We got to get you let you get set up and going. Everyone hang on. If you're on the Vintage Breaks YouTube channel, a Facebook channel, just hang on. The break's going to happen right where you are. You don't have to do anything. If you're on the Leighton's Loft Facebook page, or you're on the Just Collect Facebook page, head on over to Vintage Breaks on Facebook or YouTube and watch Sam break tonight. Now watch the Red Sox and Astros here for a while.
All right. Later.
Had a blast, Sam. Thanks so much.
Thank you.